Hey Mohan, welcome back from break. I hope you all had a nice and relaxing week off and that it was however boring you wanted it to be or not boring, however not boring you wanted it to be. Last week's Web Wednesday series was about the magic of Google Keep. If you've never heard of Google Keep, it's basically like a digital post-it note, digital list making sort of thing. So here is some more information on that you missed if you weren't able to attend. So first of all, what is Google Keep? Like I said, I call it magical because I am a big fan of lists. It's a magical digital post-it / list making Google app that can be beneficial to your sense of organization. Where can I find it? So here is the logo for it. There are lots of places that you can find it. You first can just open a web browser and go to keep.google.com, and that will bring it right up. Here's mine. I have lots of things in mind we're going to look at later. But again, it's that yellow light bulb icon. Any Google window that you're in that has the waffle. Move me over here. There's your Google Keep is in your waffle as well. And then let's see. Make sure I do these in the right order. Yep. So keep.google.com. The first one in your waffle. Second one. And the third place is a lot of your documents, a lot of your Google apps will have it on the side in your toolbar. So if I were in my email, for example, I'm going to move myself again. There we go. If I were in my email, for example, over here on the right-hand side, you're going to see a couple of different things, one of which is Google Keep. So it's going to give me all of my lists, but I have gone through and created lists for every single one of my kids because I'm a little bit of a lunatic. So let's just say, for example, I wanted to pull up one kid. I could search his name, and of course it won't show up. Probably showing up because I picked Sam, and that's the same as Sample. How about that's a unique name. There we go. So there's Obvious. Her list comes right up. And I can edit it right here in this window if I need to. I can do whatever I need to do with it. So it's in your email. If you, for some reason, aren't seeing this, you can look at this little arrow down here. It might be clicked where it says hide the side panel. So if you have this saying show side panel, just click right on that and it'll give you that side panel. You can also get your calendar here. If you use your calendar, you can also do tasks, and your contacts will be over here as well. You can also do it from Google Slides. So let's say, for example, I'm in the edit mode of this. And you can see it takes a second to load, but you can see that it's right here on the right-hand side again. The beauty of doing it in the Google Doc, in a doc, in a slide, in anything like that, is if I open up a new Google Doc, which I actually did last week, I had a really bad migraine, actually, and so I didn't feel like looking at the computer screen to do subplans because it was too bright. So I did a Google Keep subplan, and then I was able to just quickly open up the computer, take a document. It loads. Give it a second. Take my document here. I wonder if I may have ditched those subplans, but so if I search subplans, I might have deleted them. Nope, subplans. So here they are. And then when I click on them, I can click up here and say, add this to the document. Boom, there it is in my document. Subplans done. Save, email, print, share, whatever you got to do to them. So that's the other nice thing about the Google Keep on the sidebar here is it will pop your information right over if you wanted to do something quickly on your phone. Google Keep app is pretty handy. So those are the major places that you'll find it. Get back to where we were. In your waffle, and the last major place is on the side of a lot of your documents. Again, you can see that here. And again, I did put a note in this that if you are missing that arrow for some reason, if you don't see it, your arrow or your menu just maybe collapsed, so you can just click on the arrow to view it. Okay, so what can we do with Keep? So you can do a couple different things with Keep. If we follow through this presentation, you will see you can take a note. You can also make that note a list. So here's what will pop up when you get, move myself again. Here's what will pop up when you get when you start a new note. You can give it a title. You can take your notes. But here's what all those buttons do. I'm going to stop moving my mouse so that you'll be able to see it. The bottom left says set a reminder for your note. Then you have your share option. You can share it with people. You could change the background color. You can add an image. You can archive the note similar to like you'd archive it in an email. And then you can also pin the note to the top. So if it's one that you know you're going to have to reference all the time, you can pin it back to the top. And then there's your typical 3 dots that you see in a lot of Google things that will give you your other options. Other options include adding a label, adding a drawing, or turning it into a checklist, which is really where I strive to be, because I enjoy checklists. They make me feel good about my disorganized life. So it's just another way to keep you organized. So if we take a look at Google, here it is, just to start any old note. Again, I like to show checkboxes. You can use this for anything. I have a to-do list here. Clearly, Web Wednesdays episode 3 is on there. I'm about ready to check that right off. If and when I check it off, it opens right up. I check it off. It will stay down here. If I need to uncheck it off, there's always the option to undo it. I can uncheck it off because it's not done yet. So it can go back in there. The other thing that I have used it for, and I'm not necessarily suggesting that you do this, but it's something that if you have a 9th grader who has me as a science teacher, then they have experience with this. And the goal would be that they have experience with this and maybe are using it in their sophomore year and their junior year. And so then by the time they get to you guys at later grades, you can just say, hey, start a checklist. And they already know how to do that. So I create a checklist for all my kids. I also am a color coding loony bird, so I color code my classes. But today in my blue class, we updated the checklist. So you can see that not only has Sam updated his own, but Miss Sebring, who is our TA in the class, has helped to update some of the kids. Malik has updated her own. I can see that they have been updated. I can also see that Adriana, for example, was absent today. So hers was not updated. I can tell that it's not updated because it doesn't have that change that shows that it's been edited. Once I click on Malik's and bring it up, that little Q on the bottom there that shows that she's edited it will go away. So now I don't see that anymore, but I can go, it will kind of let me know any changes that have been made. So again, I every once in a while will do a checklist update, but anytime I post a new activity and I assign something new, I put on the bottom of my agenda to add blah, blah, blah activity and blah, blah, blah due date to their checklist. So it's just another way. I call it another tool in their tool belt so that they can help themselves get a little bit more organized as well. I found that I do asynchronous learning, so sometimes they have overlapping assignments because they have something that they were assigned at home for 2 days that aren't due for another couple of days, but then they got something new in class and that's not due until another couple of days. So it was kind of like crisscrossing over each other and it was confusing the kids. So like I said, I just gave it to them as another tool in their tool belt. I use it all the time, and then I update it with the kids every once in a while. So if you have any questions about Google Keep or anything else, please feel free to reach out. This is an easy, quick one that you could kind of just use to help you stay organized or help your kids stay organized. As always, let us know if you have any questions. Thanks for watching.